Check out Comic Book Illuminati and Outright Geekery. It's in the description.
Hey all, Rob here, and the topic of this video is a little something different in the community. It is, what is the effect of 3D printers going to be in terms of the action figure toy community? 3D printers, if we're talking high-end range, could be between $2,000 and $5,000 and even more, and that is just not affordable to the average individual. And so there is a cost barrier to getting the technology. But I got mine for like $250. It was $100 off, holiday sale, and you can't ask for much better than that. You could find various files online to print out, and the two big barriers to 3D printing in terms of toy community, I think, are buying the 3D printer. Okay, that's the first one, and the second one is the level of technology. How could it match up with the sophistication of what we need in terms of, let's say, action figures? Again, there's a saying like, you get what you pay for. So if you get the $2,000, $5,000 piece of equipment, it's obviously going to be better overall. But I gotta admit, from what I have of the 250 range one, I was more impressed with the quality than I thought I would be before I got it. Actually having it and seeing it firsthand, it was just better than I thought. And the thing is, it depends probably on what you print, because if you want something really sculptured, really like detailed, it's probably not there yet, or you gotta buy a real high-end one. But if you have like basic designs and things like that, I think it really works well. Like over here, I'll show some examples. I have a printed Iron Man. I got a printed Gundam. The two arm parts by the shoulders are printed. Han Solo and Carbonite. Gundam bases, and more. Those are just examples in this video. You can make your own parts, but I think there is a learning curve to be involved. It's not easy. In the future, they got to make it more accessible for individuals who are not really tech savvy to make their own parts. As it is now, you can only use, if you really don't know what you're doing, you could use files that others have made to 3D print. Or they also have, but it's a whole individual cost, a separate thing. You could buy a scanner. So you could scan a toy or a figure and then print it. But the scanners cost anywhere from $200, $500 and more dollars. So we're talking pretty expensive. And I don't have a 3D scanner. Not yet anyway. Plus they also need a high-end computer to run those type of scanners. And again, very expensive. But overall, what do I think the 3D technology? Well, it's not a fad. So I don't think it is a fad. I think as the years go by, the technology will get cheaper, the quality will get even better, and then that's going to have probably some impact in the toy industry, at least partially. Let's say there is a rare action figure, or let's say the variant is the unmasked head, okay? Someone could scan it, send a file to their friend on the other side of the country. If they have a 3D printer, they could print it out, paint it, and they have a pretty good, if not perfect, at least decent enough version of that unmasked head. It's kind of cool when you think about it, right? You could scan, let's say, a sword or a spear or whatever, send the 3D file over to anyone else in your community or a friend or what else, and they print it. Pretty cool. And one of the things that's really nice is you could scale the 3D prints on the print bed, meaning you can make it a 1-inch item, 3 inches, 4 inches, whatever. You could scale it, and that's very easy to do. And so that's my view on it. 3D printers, I think, have a pretty good future in the community. And the only downside really is just getting the technology, because once you have it, the only thing you have to do is buy ink in the future when it runs out. But it's called filament. But this filament, it lasts a pretty good long while. And the filament's about $20, $30, it depends. Overall, it's a pretty win-win, I think. And in this video, I just showed a few example pieces. Let me know what you think. I think 3D printing is here to stay in the community, and in the future it will only get better. And talk to you later.